Yo, what's up? What's up? I'm back with another video. You know what I'm doing right now? I just left my house. So I made this video to use this video as an example. See the sunlight? Yep, see the sunlight? Exactly. What am I doing right now? I'm absorbing the sunlight. See? Humans can also do the same things that plants could do. We have that part of us. We can absorb the sunlight and then disperses the nutrients all over our body. Ooh, see, look at that. The sunlight, right? Exactly. Yep, I went outside somewhere to be out in the vast opens of nature. Yeah. Why did I come out here? It's to absorb sunlight. Yep, I'm sunbathing. This is called sunbathing. Now, remember what I said in my past video, one of my videos, be aware of the reality that a human can be healthy in so many ways. There's so many ways to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's not only when you run laps. Remember, there's many options. It's just one. This is just one of many. So remember, you can be in shape by running laps, working out. You can also be in shape by simply going outside somewhere and sunbathing. The sun will give you so much energy, and the sun will also help you lose weight. Yeah, you can lose weight in a different way, sunlight, because you will sweat out the stuff your body don't need, sweat glands, right? And thus you will get skinnier again. Hey, and if you don't want to just sit around, you could just walk, and that will be the same. It will just increase a little bit because you're walking. But when you're riding your bike in the sun, or when you're chilling in the sun, then yeah, it not only gives you a lot of nutrients, like plants, which is another way of eating for a human. Since we have a side of us that's based off the plants. Yeah. So it's another way of humans eating. Not only do we get energy from the sun, not only does it help us lose weight by sitting in the sun, even if we don't move, sitting or laying, or walking, which will increase the speed of losing weight faster. But also, you can also, it's just those two. Why? Because when you work out, I'm keeping it real. When you work out, all working out does is build your muscle. That's it. It doesn't help out with the fat. All it does is just turn your body into muscle. So if you want muscle, work out. But if you want to just lose pounds and be skinny, just sit out in the sun or go for a walk or go for a run. You know what I'm saying? But then again, ironically, when you run or walk, it trains your muscles too, but not as much when you're working out though. It trains your muscles too, but it's like at a slower rate. So when you're just walking or running. So well, what it really does, it helps you lose pounds. Yeah. So yeah, I left my place. I'm out here in the sunlight. Hey, look at that beautiful sun. See that sun? That sun gives us humans vitamins. It's good for our melanin. Yeah. So basically, I think I'm gonna start seeing the sun out more than often, sunbathing. So it won't be long until I become really dark skinned. You're gonna see, okay, you know how y'all used to see me as light skinned, right? Just wait till you see what happens to a light skinned black man if he stays out in the sun all the time. I'm gonna make this a normal thing just so I can sunbathe on a regular basis. It won't be long until I'm brown skinned. Yeah, but because I'm naturally light skinned, sorry, I was distracted. But anyway, because I'm naturally light skinned, right? Yeah, because I'm naturally light skinned, I will turn back light if I stay inside with no sun for a while. Exactly. So in order to stay dark skinned, I have to stay out in the sun constantly since I'm not naturally dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, but you see those birds? Can you all see the birds? Yeah, there were birds flying around here. You know what I'm saying? There were literally birds flying around here. Yeah. Just be aware that it's not only birds. Some birds could be heavenly beings, transformed to blend in with the surroundings. So some will pretend to be animals or humans. Yeah. So because heavenly beings could just pretend to be one of the beings of Earth. So I'm letting you know. But yeah, I wanted to make this video as an example. I'm sitting out here because it's another form of getting energy. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, there's a part. See this part? Oh yeah, by the way, you see this part of my face right here? Basically, there was a time when I wasn't in the sunlight for too long, and so a part of my some melanin in my face died because I haven't been in the sun for. There was a time when I haven't been in the sun for so long that the melanin in a part of my body died. So that's why a part of my body has this look. See? So the dangers of not being out in the sun too long. If you stay out of the sun for long enough, eventually your body will be disadvantaged to your body. you start losing melanin. You know what I'm saying? In order to not lose melanin, you must be on the sun at least sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You must balance it out. And yeah, I'm gonna restore the melanin that I lost in this part of my face. That's why this part of my face is kind of reddish, white or something. Because yeah, I lost that melanin, and then you see how some of my melanin is disappearing. So in order to get my melanin back, I have to be out in the sun more often. See, it's the sun that makes a light-skinned black man brown skin. Yeah, yeah. In order to stay brown skin, we have to stay out in the sun. Because we're naturally light skinned. You know what I'm saying? Cool, huh? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, see, I'm making sure every part of my body is exposed to the sunlight as much as possible. Yeah, huh? Mm-hmm. So, so from now on, I'm gonna be outside a lot, just sunbathing. But I'm gonna make time for my other hobbies too. I'm gonna return home to. Some days I won't go outside, to make time for being in my place, my house, to do my other hobbies, and I also do my hobbies out here. But remember, you don't have to have your full body be out in the sun too, as long as a part of your body is out in the sun. I can put something over my head for shade, right? But as long as my feet and legs are out in the sun, that's all that matters. You see that? So remember, sunbathing. This is something. This is an advantage of us black people, and not just black people. Other nations are brown people, or any nationality. Well, there's brown in every nation in general. I mean, sorry, there's brown skin in every race. Even white people, they have a brown skin version too, a tan skin. So any person who's brown can absorb the sunlight, and even if you're light skinned, because you're a black man, just being light skinned, you still have the same melanin properties as a brown person. You can still absorb the brown, but if a person is pure Caucasian with no melanin in them, all the sunlight will do is burn them. There will be no absorbing it. See, one of the disadvantages of being born white, huh? Exactly. But those who are not white, like me, I'm black, but I'm just light skinned. That's why it absorbs energy to me. And if I stay in the sun long enough, I'll turn brown. Yep. But in order to stay brown, I have to stay active outside and stay out in the sun. So yeah. So therefore, I must not be inside too much. You know what I'm saying? But then there are times when I can't go inside, but it can't be for like days or a week. You know what I'm trying to say? In order to stay brown skin. So, but where I'm light skin or brown skin, I'm still me. That's all that matters. Oh yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video to show the example of the many different things a human can do to have their body be cleansed. To be healthy, to be exactly. You don't even have to run or work out. You could just sit in the sun. You don't even have to. Yeah, can remember when you can choose different. It's just one of many ways to be healthy. Working out is one of many ways to be healthy. You can work out if you want, but you can work out if you don't want to. Instead, you can sunbathe, or you can walk. You go for a walk, or you go for a run. There's different ways of not only building strong muscles and getting nutrients from the environment, but also to lose fat. Yeah. So I'm just letting you know one of many ways. That's right. So because like I said, when you work out, it doesn't necessarily get rid of your fat. All it does is strengthen your muscles. But in a way, because see, when your body runs out of energy, right, and whatever food you have in your storehouse, which is your fat, the body would take that from your storehouse next. So that way it'll be like you're eating at that moment, except the body's taking away the food within you, the storehouse, right, within you, and you're eating from within. That's the thing. So basically, yeah. Okay, if you eat food outside of yourself, if you take food and eat it into your mouth, and you eat more than what you need, then the body would just take the extra food for later, which is what fat is. And when you don't eat for a while, then the body would take that energy from the body over time, right? And then, and thus that's the same as eating, but within. So you don't have to eat. So we don't have to eat physical food for a long time, yeah. But once there's no more fat in your body, and then the next time you're hungry, then the body will have no choice but to starve because there's no more food, there's no more fat, there's no more food in your storehouse. That's why it's important to keep a little bit of fat on you, so you have storehouse, because if you're completely just muscle and no fat, then what will happen when your body growls next time when it growls? Then that moment you're starving and your body's eating itself. Exactly. That's why it's important to have fat in you. At least a little bit. You can still be skinny, but at least have a little bit of fat in you. Keep a balance of fat and muscle. It's important to have a balance of both. But like I said, you can do whatever you want to do. In order to enjoy the enjoy the benefits of a healthy body. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to sunbathing. I'm gonna be out here until the sun sets. Okay, what time is it? It's last time I checked, which was like let's see, minutes ago, it was like, let's see, 10 a.m. So I'm gonna wait until the sun sets, and then when the sun starts setting, going to the other half of the Earth, the other side of the Earth. You know, when I say side, I mean the other half. The Earth is really a flat disk. The sun is above the Earth, and the sun goes to the other half. The sunlight, the sun that shines from the sun that when the sun shines, the shining of the sun only shines to a certain distance, you know, around the sun, and wherever distance it doesn't reach, it's nighttime. So you know what I'm saying. That's how it works on the, you know, when it comes out, the Earth really looks. So when the sun goes to the other half of the Earth, which is like, you know, the other side, you know, the distance how far the sun can shine, like, will go with it, and that's when the sun sets, and that's why we oh yeah, that's why the sun won't be oh yeah, the sun, like I said, the sun will be going to the other side of the Earth, because we humans are so freaking small. To us, it appears the sun is going down or setting. It's just like when a plane leaves our sight, right? When it leaves our vision field, it appears like the plane is going downward, but it's still going straight. It's just, that's just how we see it with our vision. Yeah. Because of the fact that the sun, the sun, and well, we live like, because the sun and the plane, the helicopter goes out of sight. When you look straight into the ocean, going straight, you know, the reason why the boat seems like it's sinking into the ocean is because it's going straight, but from our perspective, it looks like it's setting. Exactly. So I just wanted to clear that up. So yeah, so I'm gonna stay here until the sun goes to the other half of the Earth, which is gonna be daytime on that half, while this half will become dark. But there will be some days I won't go outside, you know. Instead, I'll just travel. Like, for example, like I won't go outside if it's one of my sweet tea days where I make tea. Yeah, I make like, for example, tomorrow I'll come outside, right? But I will return early, because around close to 3 o'clock I make tea, and then I make sure tea is put in there by 3:30 in the freezer, so it stays there overnight until like the next day, and then I drink it. And because I'll be drinking tea on Wednesday, I won't go outside. See what I'm saying? I'll just enjoy my tea moment. Gluck gluck gluck. Exactly. Cold iced tea is my favorite type of tea. So gluck gluck gluck. Yeah yeah yeah. I'll enjoy it, and then I'll chill for that day, and then I'll go outside Thursday and Friday, and yeah. But if I go somewhere else, you know, that's, instead of coming out here to sunbathe, I'll just yeah, I'll just travel, but I'll still have plenty of sunlight, because yeah, even when I travel on the bus, I'll still have sunlight when I wait on the bus. It's still win-win. So even if I wait for the bus, right, I'll be absorbing the sun while I'm doing it. See. So pretty much it's a win. So when it comes to the bus, it's like I win if the bus takes a while, and the bus comes right away. Cool, I still win. And then when I can leave the bus and walk out somewhere, then I win still, because I still get sunlight. So as long as you get sunlight, like, you know, like a little bit of it, you're good. But on average, it's best to get sunlight for at least 30 minutes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to make this video to align people about, you know, the different ways a human could be healthy and stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a doctor. You don't need a hospital. You just need to know. You just need the knowledge to know how to be healthy, how to stay healthy. All right, this is the end of this video. Peace.